Hello everyone, welcome back to Brain Tech Skills. In today's sessions, we are going to learn how to create a new virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. So, Azure Virtual Machines are one of the most powerful service in the cloud, and it allows you to run servers, applications, and workloads just like a physical computer, but with the advantages of flexibility, scalability, and cost efficiency. So in this video, I will walk you step by step through the prerequisites you need before creating a virtual machine, the options you can configure during setup, and some best practice to make your VM secure and optimized. So let's get started with today's topic. So before creating the new virtual machine, I would like to tell you, if you haven't watched my previous videos, then please watch it. On that videos I have told some basic prerequisites before creating a new virtual machines. So let's get started and let's create a new virtual machine on this session. So on our last session, we have checked how to create a virtual networks, IP address, NSG, subnet. Okay. So now on this video, we are going to see how to create a new virtual machine. So let's create a new virtual machine. So from the portal, you can select from the resources like a virtual machine. Okay. When you click the new compute infrastructure dashboard, you will see the option to create a new virtual machine. So just simply click on create, then click on virtual machine. It will redirect to the new line to create a new virtual machine. So here we need to fill the basic requirement details. Okay. So on the project detail, I am going to fill my subscription. You can see the subscription. So my subscription name is Azure subscription 1 because I have only one subscription for now. So I'm going to select my subscription. Then research group. On our last session, we have created some research groups. So from that research groups, I can select my existing research groups, which is IT Dev Dept. And about the instance details, you can give the new virtual machine name as per your requirement. So here I'm going to give the new virtual machine name like test dev new 01. So in the region, I'm going to select existing Central India region, which is nearest for me. Okay. Then about availability option, you can see the multiple options here, but for now we are going to create a standalone virtual machine. So I'm going to select only no infrastructure redundancy for now. Okay. On the security type, you can select the number of security types like standard, trusted launch virtual machines, and confidential virtual machines. Okay, so I'm going to select a basic like and trusted launch virtual machine. In the image section, you can select your virtual machine OS. Okay, so I'm going to select for now Windows Server 2019 data center because on this session we are going to see how to create a Windows virtual machine. Okay, then about VM architecture, obviously it's a 64-bit version. Then I'm going to select this version. Okay, about the size, let's take a basic size. Okay, when you go to the size and when you go to the series, so one of the basic series from we can select from the B series. So about the series, let me select basic series like B2S, like 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM. Okay, just click on size and click on select. Okay, then if you want to enable the hibernation, then you can enable, but for this size it's not supported. So let's take it separately. About the administrator account, so we can give the username. So I am going to give the username like Azure admin. Okay, this is my username, and my password is, let me give you my own password. Okay, admin 123 and Azure. Okay, let me note down the my username and password so that I can log in to the VM using that username and password. Azure admin is my username. Admin, my password. Okay. Then about the inbound rules, here you can select a virtual machine network ports if for the accessible from the public internet. For now we are not going to select the public internet. So let's click on none. Okay. Then about the next field. So here we are going to select the disk parameters. Okay. So from the OS disk, we are going to select a minimum size, that is 127 GB. OS disk, you can select the redundant storage. Okay. Like if you want to select a premium SSD, standard SSD, and standard HDD according to your requirement. So I am going to select at least basic series like a standard SSD. It will give me a much better, faster of the disk allocations. So about the basic required details, so click on the this option. So Microsoft give, this is the new option that we are going to select delete with VM. So if I click on this, so once you need to delete the VM, the associated resources also deleted. Okay, so I'm going to select yes. About the existing disk or on this new virtual machine, if you want to create a new data disk, then from here you can create a new data disk. Okay, so as of now I don't want to create a data disk for this VM. So about the next, from the network interface you can select your virtual network. Like on our earlier video we have created our new virtual network. So we are going to select existing virtual network, that is IT dev depth vnet. Okay, here you can see about subnet also. We have created a default subnet on our last session. So I took default subnet. So public IP, as of now, I don't want a new public IP. Okay. About the energies. So if you want to allow network security group on your virtual machine, and from here you can allow the new NSG. Okay, for now, while creating a new virtual machine, I don't want to create a NSG. Later on, we can create a new NSG. Okay, so as of now, we can select a none. Okay, here also you can select delete NIC when VM is deleted. So I'm going to click on yes. Okay, about the load balancing, if you want to add a load balancer for the new virtual machines, then you can select from here. But for now, we are creating a standalone server, so for now it's not required. So let's take it blank. Okay, and next, on the management requirement, you can enable Microsoft Defender for cloud. for these virtual machines. Okay, from here you can assign the identities. Okay, then assign the RBAC roles. Then you can also select the auto shutdown services from here. And from here also you can enable the backup for your new virtual machine. Okay, from site recovery you can enable the disaster recovery also for your new virtual machine or your existing virtual machine. About the OS update, you can enable the periodic updates for these virtual machines. Okay, and about the patches, so for this I am going to select automatic OS patches by the Microsoft only. Okay, so this kind of basic prerequisites and services you can enable from the management portal of the virtual machine. So click on next. On the monitoring, if you want to create a new or enable advanced monitoring, then you can add it from here. So for now, at least basic monitoring, we need to select a boot diagnostic, and it's enabled with the managed storage account that is recommended by Microsoft. Okay, then about the next advanced, here you can select additional extensions. If you want to enable extensions for your new virtual machines, then you can select from here. Okay, I am going to keep this kind of details as a blank because I don't want these options to be enabled for now. Then next, about taggings, you can give the existing tags or you can create a new tag on your virtual machines. So for now we have created existing tag which is department, and obviously it's IT. So the tags it will allow and apply on the all resources which is associated with these virtual machines. Okay, then next, and from here you can review your new virtual machine basic details, required details which you want to create. So once you review the details from here, then you can create a new virtual machines. So now it is finalizing your virtual machine. So let's finalize it. Okay, so it is still final, so it's validation passed for now. So you can recheck your basic things from here. Okay, and just simply create a new virtual machine. Okay, so from the notification bar you can see the VM is initializing its deployment started. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. It will create a new virtual machine for us. Okay, our deployment is in progress about the new virtual machine. So network interface card it's created, I think so. Let me check. Yes, now it's initializing about the virtual machine. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds more. Okay, now our new virtual machine has been created. You can see deployment is completed and our new virtual machine is created. So let's click on go to resources simply. From here you can see our new virtual machine name test dev new 01 and the resource details which we put while creating a new virtual machine. So from the overview section you can see the essential details like resource group, status, location, subscription, okay, OS, sites, virtual network, okay, time created when we created the virtual machine. Here you can see the tags. On the property section you can see the basic details of the virtual machines. Okay, so like this way you can create your new virtual machine from Azure Portal. Okay, so like this way you can create a new virtual machines. So as of now we have created a simple virtual machines on the Azure Portal. So on our next session I am going to tell you and walk through the existing services about these virtual machines. Okay, and how to access the virtual machine and how to check the other services about these virtual machines. Okay, till then keep watching my all entire videos, and see you next on session.